You are listening to the Postcast presented by the Locked On Senators podcast following a 6-3 victory on the road at the Bell Center against the Montreal Canadiens. The title says it all. Tim Stützle plays villain, and Brady Tkachuk continues to own the team that passed him in the draft. I'm Ross Levitan alongside Brandon Piller. Pilsy, wish you were at that game at the Bell Center.
I know, man. What a different kind of game for the Sens here. And that was an exciting game all the way through. And how about you, Ross? I didn't think for any moment that the Habs were in control of that game. Even when they were up 1-0, it felt like they had, I think they outshot the Sens 7-1 to start the game. And sure, they get the first goal, but the Sens just poured it on after that, and the Habs were turning the puck over left, right, and center. It was so easy for the Sens to carry the puck up ice and capitalize on the loose change. So the Habs just embarrassed themselves tonight. Not only the Habs, but the fans as well.
Oh, how about Brendan Gallagher already talking to the media saying that Timmy was laying on the ice? I mean, he just took a knee, so I don't know what that's all about. Gallagher, you think with that contract we talked about today, get some fillers up top, no?
Yeah, that's probably he'll be able to afford it, that's for sure. But this is what I was talking about with Timmy, like the fact that he draws so many penalties. And Ross, maybe you can find that stat of.
I got it.
Oh, you do? Okay, so
yeah, I pulled it up, but then they scored on the delayed penalty, so I don't know if that counts.
Oh, true.
He still drew the penalty though. But does it count as a penalty?
It might not get registered because the guy doesn't end up getting the 2 minutes. But anyways, The problem is Timmy draws so many penalties that fans that don't watch him closely are just biased. They just assume that he's diving. They're like, well, you can't get that many tripping calls in a game. He's got to be diving. Like, watch the video replay. Like, fans saying that was a clean hit on Suzuki on Timmy. Have you watched a single game of hockey in your life? Like, knee on knee. Watch the video. Watch the slow frames. Any angle you want. Like, the knees collide, and Suzuki's the one that caused that contact. And then for them to be booing him after, embarrassing.
I was going to say, I'll save it. Anyways, okay, I also want to ask you, because you said that Montreal never felt like they were in control of the game. Were you worried at all, though? Because it felt, obviously, Montreal goes up 1-0. Ottawa ties it at 1. Then Ottawa takes a 2-1 lead. But both after the 2-1 lead and the 3-2 lead, they give up a goal almost immediately after.
Yeah, sure. The momentum goal doesn't look good, but that's just kind of the Sens going one step backwards, two step forwards. Like, that's what it seemed like the whole game was. Like, they would get tied up, then take a big boost, get tied up. Like, the Habs never felt like they were in the driver's seat. They had just caught up to the Sens. So I wasn't worried about that at all. And those goals that go in on Forsberg, I don't think any of them are too egregious. The one that Caulfield just slips through, that's a tough one. But he's right there, so you can't really blame him. And that's a guy that's been hot lately. So I think the Sens really showed they played a complete game, and there are so many Sen Central standouts, Ross.
Oh, we'll get to them all. Now, in a game like this, where it's a bit of a toilet bowl, it's two teams at the bottom of the standings, playoffs well out, although the Senators survive another day. They've been facing official elimination of the playoffs for 3 straight days, and either out-of-town scores have gone the right way. Minnesota beat Washington the other night, and then Ottawa now with their first 3-game regulation win streak all season. And get this, shout out Trevor Shackles for hitting me with this one. Their last 4-game win streak, we were at one of the games, Pilsy, when they beat the Rangers at the end of the 2017 at the end of the 2017 season.
That feels like a lifetime ago. That is wild.
Yeah, it really is. People are asking in the chat if I can predict the future. I don't know. I have to figure out a way to harness this energy a little bit better, because it goes back to when I called the Brady goal against Winnipeg, and he gets it in the first period. Beers on the house. Thank you, betonline.net. Gets another one in that game. Tonight, it was just time for Drake. He was due. He'd been back for a few games now. He was getting around the puck a little bit, although he looked snake bit early in this one. And then, boom, the floodgates open. He gets the assist on the Whitey goal later on in the game. And officially back is Drake Batherson.
Yeah, I would agree. And we talked about this. Debatable that he's the best player in my mind, because he had been a little slow coming back off injury. But he quickly reminds me what he's able to do. And it's not just the points. It's just his overall game. Like, when he has the puck on his stick, the other team is on notice. That's for sure.
How about Drake padding the old Pim stats? He got a 10-minute misconduct at the end of this one.
Yeah, just making up for lost time there.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Before we get to our Sen Central standouts as well, just about the flow of this game and maybe a little bit more about the penalties. And I thought the refs were fine both ways. There was maybe like that Hamonic call. He thought it was a dive. I thought he kind of got his stick in the feet there. Yeah. So that's a fair penalty as well. And when it comes to the Suzuki play, obviously I'm having a little fun on Twitter. People thought I was being serious saying Suzuki's a dirty player. I think that's clearly a little tongue in cheek, but at the same time, you gotta be responsible for how you hit guys. And he never had Timmy. It's not like he caught a little bit of his shoulder. Timmy got right past him, upper body.
Knee on knee.
It was full knee on knee.
Yeah. So there's no excuse there. Absolutely not.
Mathieu Joseph, I guess, would be a great way to start out our Sen Central standouts. Do you want him, Pilsy, or do you want me to lead us off with him?
You lead off.
Oh my God. What more can you say about the guy? That tic-tac-toe play.
Oh.
Looked like shout out
Not a shout out MDZ though. Yes, thank you.
But most guys 2 weeks into their time with a new team, they're just trying to get that puck on net. But Joseph having the awareness to make the extra pass, unbelievable. And you could tell Brady was pretty impressed with that one as well.
He got a double wow on the celly. Wow.
Wow. That's kind of the look that what's her name gave when the Montreal Canadiens drafted Kotkaniemi though.
Oh, that lady in the fans.
Now Brady's just doing his best impression on that one. Okay, so I've got Mathieu Joseph. Not only that, he then gets an assist later on in the game on the Austin Watson empty net goal. And I thought that was a great play by him. He did a little dipsy doodle and then got the puck towards the middle of the ice. It was very similar.
Blow a tire there, but that's okay.
No, but yeah, fair enough. But it was very similar to how he weaved through to get the empty netter on Sunday as well. But lucky enough, Austin Watson's right there and able to put it in. 2-goal night for Austin Watson. And yes, we see in the chat. We will get to who we think will get the bike helmet. I'll put up the poll on our YouTube page as well. But really an electric performance for Mathieu Joseph. As I tweeted at Sen Central, looks like he's been on the team for years.
Yeah, it's amazing what he's been able to do. And that's the thing, though, Ross. We saw the highlights of Mathieu Joseph playing with skilled guys like Stamkos. How long should I go down the list of Tampa Bay Lightning players? But the thing is, he has such good hockey IQ that he's able to complement those players so well. When you mix in the speed with his passing ability, he's got a decent shot too. I mean, the kid just got a friggin' hat trick, so he can score as well. So that's the thing with Joseph. That was such a great addition for this Sens team. He's young. He's got it all. I'm fired up. I mean, 9 points in 3 games. What else can you say? That's just so incredible. So definitely he deserves a standout. He was on my mind for sure. But this time I'm taking the low hanging fruit, Ross. I thought about going a different direction, but I can't leave it. Brady Tkachuk, a goal, 2 assists, 3 shots, 2 hits. He just does it all. And he's able to come into the Bell Center and quiet down some of those Habs fans. The only thing Habs fans were doing this game was booing Timmy because they could cheer for maybe a couple minutes when they got the game tied up once again. And that was about it. And how about also embarrassing moments? That's got to be one of the worst goalie pulls on that Watson empty net that I've ever seen. Like, Joseph has the puck and then he's like, oh, their net's empty. I'll just take it coast to coast here while he tries. And then Watson puts in the empty netter with 4 minutes left and they didn't have possession. Huh?
Yeah. Very strange pull there by Martin St. Louis. But what an atmosphere at the game tonight. And are you sure those weren't Stu chants at the Bell Center?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And if Habs fans are showing their true colors online on Twitter, they're booing him. It's so embarrassing.
So what do I need for a 4th option here for the bike helmet and shades? I've got Mathieu Joseph, I've got Brady Tkachuk, and Austin Watson as the 3. Should it be Drake?
Drake or Josh? Take your pick.
Well, Josh has it.
Hey, he might give it to himself. So then Drake.
2 apples for Josh, by the way. We're used to him scoring goals, but a couple apples.
Power play apples too.
And that's a 5-game point streak as well now. Or six-game point streak now for Josh Norris. So, sheesh. Yeah, this was just a fun game. Fun night in Montreal.
Oh, so much fun. Especially...
Hey, when are they playing Montreal again?
Gonna think April 23rd. It's it's our big day. We're fired up about
day.
it. And hey, if they can do another game like this, another performance like this at home, oof.
Whoa, that would be beautiful. We've got a nice tight
Need
race
it.
in the poll so far. Immediate results. Oh wait, once it gets to 100 votes, it's climbing high. Once we get to 100 votes there, we'll get it rolling as well, because this was just an awesome night. What else? We got, I think, at least one more round of standouts. No?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do it snakes now. Go ahead.
I like that. So I'm gonna go with Austin Watson. I mean,
Hey,
he doesn't get shouted out very often, and now in the last 3 games, he's got 3 goals. 2 goals in this game. Only played 10 minutes and ends up getting 2 of them, and 3 shots, 5 hits. You know what I wish would have happened, Ross?
game high 5 hits.
Yeah,
Tied with Gambrell.
Yeah, Gambrell had a good game too. 80% of the faceoff dot, not a big deal. But for Watson, I really wish that on that last power play with a minute left, I wish DJ put Austin Watson on the first power play unit, just to be like, for a couple reasons. He's got 2 goals. Maybe the Habs are crazy and pull the goalie again, and he gets a hattie to make it 3 straight hat tricks by 3 different players. You got to respect that streak. And if the Habs decide to get a little chippy at the end of the game, well, it's not just the smaller superstars out there on the top power play unit. You got Austin Watson that can police things a little bit too. So I thought that would have been a nice move, but it didn't happen.
I mean, Brady was out there and he was ready to mix it up as well.
I mean, Brady's always on the top power play unit though, so that wasn't anything unusual. And Timmy wasn't there, so you had a guy to swap in. They put Colin White in there, deservedly so, but I would have loved to see Waddy out there.
Yeah, not only that, but Drake got the 10-minute misconduct. So they had to mix it up even more with that power play at the end of the game. I like that shout out for Austin Watson.
And, Watson's first goal, like Gary's saying here, that was no grinder enforcer goal. Like, that was top cheese. That was nice.
Shout out Schooneman. Put it on a tee for him.
Definitely. But hey, you still got to put that puck in the net, and damn, does he ever do that. So you love to see it from Waddy. And then, of course, the shirtless intermission interview, classic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's never seen a shirt that fits, because it's all tats for Austin Watson. Yeah. I'm between 2 guys. So you know what? Let's do rapid fire. Let's go around the horn again, because we gave it a little love, but I want to massage that play from Michael Del Zotto a little bit more on a turnover too. So he already knows the next couple plays he's going to make, shifts around the defenseman, and then finds Joseph backside. I thought that was absolutely phenomenal for Michael Del Zotto, and he's earned the coach's trust. I don't know what's going on with management, but I wouldn't hate seeing him back for the second year of his contract if he's playing like this.
For sure. I mean, even if they decide there's still some sort of problem there and they send him down to Belleville, like he was crushing it in Belleville, like buying him out wouldn't really do much. It's not like this team's up against the cap, and he's showing he can get it done at the AHL and NHL seamlessly. Like, I think you keep this guy around.
37 points in 37 games this year between the Belleville and Ottawa Senators. That's so funny. Matthew with a great point here, saying that we should give the bike helmet tonight to Huberdeau. He was the main man responsible for sensing the Leafs. It was 5-1, and they have officially lost to the Florida Panthers 7-6, the final score. That just warms my heart. It's just a great vibes night to be an Ottawa Senators fan. 3 straight wins. Another night to live to die another day in terms of the official playoff ranking. There's only, 13 games left? All right. If you told me after November they'd still be alive with 13 games left, they would have been out with 33 games left.
Ross, the Sens are so consistent. Start off absolutely god-awful dumpster fire.
Can't happen next year.
At the start of the season. Go through basically a crap season, and then the final push of the season, just stringing along wins. Guys are stepping up in elevated roles. Everyone's doing well. Like, this can't happen again. They have to break this cycle. They need the end of the season to happen at the start of the season, so at least you have a chance going through the middle parts here, because that is just ridiculous. It's going to happen again, and they're probably going to end up picking 10th overall again, which, whatever, that's still a good pick. But when you're
they're not going to pick whoever we want anyways.
Yeah. But when you're in the bottom 5 teams of the league all season and then you end up picking 10th, that's classic sense.
Stewie, we know you're there and we know we're going to see you on the 23rd, but I feel like you almost have to throw on the SNES jersey there and go for a walk at Plateau Montreal, if I'd say so myself. Have a little fun tonight in the heart of enemy territory.
Oh, yeah.
You got one more for us, Pills?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot in this game, and I'm gonna go with Josh Norris. We talked about him briefly. 2 assists on the power play. Again, Ross, that's more points on the power play that the agent and the team are going to decide how the value is when it comes contract. But he keeps it rolling, and I thought Josh Norris basically scored that Batherson goal. Brady and Timmy both got a piece of it after it was already past Allen. Maybe it would have missed a little bit wide, so it's good. They both got a piece of it, but that was his shot that was making it past the goalie. So classic Norris, and he continues to add points to a contract year. Like Dorian's got to be sitting there being like, crap.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I'm still enjoying. There's way too many Habs fans in the mentions there on that Timmy play. Even though it's not a serious injury on the Suzuki play, if your knee gets hit like that, I think it's pretty natural reaction after you spin around and fall to like hold it for a second and be like, okay, is everything in place? Okay, it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to be fine and I'll just enjoy the booze, rain them down. I wonder if Jake Sanderson made the trip. I mean, it's a short little train ride. I think the Sens take. I know the injured guys don't usually go on road games, but even just watching that one on TV, I'm sure he's getting the itch to get out there. And then Pinner can just turn to him and say, yeah, I'm point per game against these guys in my career, 3-3 for Shane Pinto. Can't wait. And yeah, Muck pointing out we do have to give stick taps where it's due. That Justin Barron goal was nasty. Not much you're going to do on that one.
That's some of the best footwork I've seen by a defenseman in a long time. Like his ability, those like crossovers to paint the line and then to just drag the puck, wait for the lane, and then bar down top cheese in an instant. You got to love that. And that's a massive return for the Habs trading our Terry Lekin in there.
Yeah, we definitely have to give props.
First NHL goal, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Well, better than giving up 2 first career hat tricks on the weekend like Detroit did. So you know what? We'll take it as long as it comes with a side of a win. Now, I said I'd say it at 100 votes. We're at 91 right now, but it's too close not to get involved right now. Austin Watson at 36%. Brady Tkachuk at 35%.
That is close.
Now, I wish we had the official statistics, but unofficially, I would say whoever wins our vote never gets it.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Although we did get it right with them finally giving the bike helmet to a hat trick score with Josh Norris last time. So we're hot right now. It's a Levy lock season. Let's go.
It is Levy lock season. I don't want to abuse this power though. I need to find a way to harness, but not abuse it.
You want to get humbled real quick? Hit us with a parlay.
No, I'm good.
See how that goes.
No, I'm good. I had some great time on the props tonight at betonline.net. So that was a ton of fun. We said we go around one more. So you had Josh Norris. I'm glad you left Colin White for me because know he heard the rumors, whether it was from his agent, whether it was from Kent Hughes,
former agent.
Yeah, exactly. So what I see with that is a situation where a player knows that his name got tossed around there. And I thought he came to play tonight. The goal aside, obviously that was a beauty, but I thought Colin White and that line together, DJ's found something here. And I can't stress enough how important. It's too bad it took him so long to get to this line combination, but albeit he's gotten there and it's looking great. So I'm pretty excited to see what happens with him. And unfortunately it might be a buyout just based on the 1/3 and he's almost making $5 million. Where does he fit in the top 6? Are you going to pay a bottom 6 player that much money? But the best teams in the league find a way to have depth through the lineup. And if that's more so on entry-level guys, then so be it. But, man, he's doing himself favors with the way he's playing. I thought Colin White's played some of his best hockey as an Ottawa Senator, maybe outside of when he played with Mark Stone. But that aside, I think that he's been awesome. So a little shout-out for Colin White, the way he played tonight.
Yeah, that was a nice goal. And it's nice for him to be able to shine in Montreal, and just a little head nod up to the front office box up there for the home team. But it was a great shot, and he had 4 shots on goal, 50% in the faceoff dot, so not bad at all. And I think he's clicking nicely on this team's power play unit, whether it's the top one or the second unit. So yes, maybe that contract's a little much to justify keeping him around, but there's still potential there in Colin White, I'm convinced.
Yeah, but what do you think happens?
I think they got to buy him out, especially if you want to keep Connor Brown.
Aww.
I don't think you can have White and Brown.
Yeah,
they price each other out.
That's too bad. I mean, once Brown gets his new contract, I mean, if he stays at 3-6.
That's what I mean. Yeah, the next contract.
Yeah, I think like 5-1, 5-2 for Connor Brown is probably where he's looking on like a 3 or 4 year deal. But the Sens have many contracts to worry about before we get to Connor Brown. One. Yeah, how about Josh Norris? The guy just keeps producing. As I mentioned, a 6-game point streak now, and he only missed a point in 1 game. So since his return, when did he come back? He came back March 3rd. Since Josh Norris's return, he has 12 goals and 7 assists for 19 points in 16 games. I'd say that's pretty good. 40 shots on goal. He's shooting 30% over the last 16 games.
Unreal. Wow.
And you'd say like, okay, he's due for a regression, but he shot 22% in Belleville. Then he shot 20% last year. This guy he's a shooter. Yep. And shout out at 6 Sens. Graham Nichols put out that through his first 58 games, I want to say the stat was Josh Norris with 30 goals this year. In Danny Heatley's 50-goal season in 06-07, he had 33 goals in his first 58 games. So that's the kind of pace you're looking at here with Josh Norris. It's truly incredible, and I hope he keeps it up because that guy deserves to get paid, and he seems like just a lovable teammate. I'm excited for the video to come out here with all the guys in the room and get going there. So Josh Norris with the bucket as he should. Final thoughts on this one. We got way more to break down. I want to listen to Brendan Gallagher. I want to soak in the tears as I hear after he talked after the game tonight. So before we finish up recapping this game on Locked On Senators tomorrow, what was your overall thoughts on this game?
My overall thoughts is I am so fired up. There's one more matchup between these two teams, and we're going to be there at the CTC. Like that was a fun game. There's animosity in there. There's rivalries. There's young players that are trying to prove themselves. There's hungry fans that just want a taste of something to cheer for. So I'm so happy there's another meeting. That's going to be a wild matchup. I
got a quote from John Liu. Gallagher on Stützle. He's a great player, but more than half the games we played against him, he lays on the ice, and then they're on the power play. If I was a teammate of his, I'd tell him to smarten up. Well, you think if he's laying on the ground and then he's on the power play, maybe the problem is a lack of discipline on the other side so that he's not.
Yeah. Lame.
Yeah. I mean, just take the L and move along. He got his cookie. He got a goal and an assist tonight for Brendan Gallagher. So that's too funny. April 23rd. If you haven't already, check out our link tree. You can get tickets at the discounted rate up there. We're in the section 319, 320. So come join us in that game. This has been a ton of fun. A 6-3 victory for the Ottawa Senators. Stay following along at Sen Central. If you're watching this the next morning, I'll do my quick rundown. You know, I like to go through all the goals. And this one, the timing of these goals were wild. Like the Senators go down 1-0, 2.5 minutes into the game. Then Austin Watson, with less than 5 minutes into the period, ties it at 1. So the Sens are tied at 1 after the first period. Then Tim Stützle on a power play gets the Senators ahead. I should mention the Watson goal unassisted, although Schuleman, you can get an apple on that one if you want. Rotten to the core pass, I should say. Tim Stützle on the power play assist from Brady Tkachuk and Josh Norris. Just a backdoor rebound, bangs it home there. Justin Barron, 30 seconds later. Great goal. Then Brady Tkachuk gives Ottawa the lead. 3-2, they go up. And then 2 minutes later, Cole Caulfield on the power play scores his 16th. Brady's goal, by the way, that was a tic-tac-toe assist by Joseph and Del Zotto into the third period. And this was right after the scrum. I'll let you take it from here, Pilsy, because right after the scrum, emotions are high going into the dressing room. What better time to come out with a momentum goal in a tie game?
Yeah, that was huge. And that's the goal I was talking about, where Norris already beats Allen and Batherson gets a stick on it. 4-3 Sens. right at the start of the period. So you love to see that. And then 5-3 Sens with Colin White, another beautiful, beautiful shot. So 2 power play goals from penalties, both drawn by Timmy. So yeah, if I was supposed to be a leader for the Habs, I'd be upset too. I probably wouldn't go about it the same way Brendan Gallagher is, but it's
would you tell him to smarten up?
Yeah. Hey, Timmy, you got to give it to him that at the end there when Gallagher was getting right to him. Timmy didn't back down. No. He didn't wait for anyone to help him out. He was fired up, and then he gets, as he's getting carried off, he's just laughing at Gallagher because he knows what a joke and what a clown this team has been tonight. Jeez.
Fantastic. What a night for the Ottawa Senators. Let's get some Go Sens Go in the chat as we say adieu for now, because we're going to be back in the morning to break this one down even further, discuss some of the intricacies of this game, get fired up for the April 23rd team. And yes, Muck, we love Evil Timmy playing the villain in this one. And not sure if you heard this, but Brady Tkachuk and his 3 points tonight, he would lead the Habs in scoring this season. I mean, he leads the Senators in scoring, so it doesn't have the same punch that it would otherwise, but still super impressive tonight for Brady Tkachuk, who just always gets up a little bit more against the Montreal Canadiens. All right, for Brandon Piller, I'm Ross Levitan. This has been the Postcast presented by the Locked On Senators podcast following an enormous, the biggest win of the season. Could I say that? 3-game win streak. I mean, it's got to count for something against the lowly Montreal Canadiens. Stay tuned for more on Locked On Senators. Please subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Smash that thumbs up button as well. It goes a long way for the algorithm for us. Have a great night, everyone. We'll chat tomorrow.